Hi, I'm Trent from Teach It Forward. Thanks very much for downloading today's video. Today's video we're going to talk about handling objections, and this topic has been requested by our good friends and clients over in New Zealand, Mark and Barry, so thanks for that, guys. Handling objections seems to be a topic that I get quite a bit of feedback from accountants, like how do you do it, what's the deal, this is a thing that holds me back from talking to my clients a bit more. This is something that accountants are not trained on. It's not something when you're going through your accounting studies at university you get trained on. Where do people develop the skills of handling objections? Particularly if you have a paradigm that salespeople are, not professional, we're too good for that sort of thing. At the end of the day, handling objections is something that you will use in your business life, with your clients, with your team members, in your personal life, anywhere and everywhere. So what I want to do today is give you a 5-step, very sequential and logical process that if you keep this in the back of the mind, every time you're in a client meeting, working with a team member, in a personal situation where you sense there's going to be confrontation or objection, work with these steps. This will help you with your conversion rates. This will help you with your confidence. And this is something that I think 5 easy steps you could train your team with. Watch this video a number of times until you get these steps, and then use them and then train them. So I want to just start with the fact that handling objections is a very contextual topic. Okay, the way you would handle an objection in a sales environment, if you're actually in with a client meeting and you're trying to have them take on extra services that you as an account provide, like budgeting and cash flows, for example, okay, then you do it one way there. If you're in a negotiation, for example, as a mediator with a client, you would handle objections again very differently. There are a number of scenarios around handling objections. What I'm talking about today is more in the context of when you're in with a client and you're looking for them to take on extra services that will benefit their business. And then you then tell them, hey, this is what I think you should do. And then they go, no, but I don't think so. And they object to you. This is how I want you to deal with it. Or this is a way that will really add value to the way you deal with it. So let me take you through them. The number one thing we do when we get an objection in that environment is we agree with the objection. Worst thing you can do is disempower or negate that objection. That's going to have them feel as if, well, hang on, but that's what I think, that's what I feel. How dare you do that? You will put their defences up if you do anything but agree. If you agree with them, people go, oh great, I'm really pleased he dealt with it that way. That's great. The conversation is now left open. The second thing you need to do once you've agreed with that objection is ask if there are any other reasons why they wouldn't take on the budgeting cash flow product that you think would benefit them. This is a really important one because when somebody gives you an objection in this sort of environment, you might sort of, when I say closing means looking to close the sale. So you say, what do you think? Do you think this could work for you? And they say no. It doesn't mean the sales meeting that this opportunity is closed. You want to keep the conversation going to make sure we delve down to the real issues. So the point number 2 is, are there any other reasons? If there are other reasons, write them down. And then when we get to the end of this process, deal with them one by one. Third thing is, if we deal with it okay, that's the shortened version. If we deal with this objection that you provided in a way that you can now see that, hey, it is of great value to do, and we dealt with that in that way, would you then be happy to go ahead with the budgeting cash flow concept? Now, if they say yes, fantastic. Then what we're going to do, I'll just put that scenario here, that's point number 5. Then what we're going to do is ask questions about where the block is around that objection, and then provide new information from a new perspective around that objection. If we've asked this question, if we deal with this, is it okay? And they say no. Okay, what that means is there are other reasons that are holding them back from going and doing that budgeting and cash flow. So what we want to do is use the word something like, can I ask what the other reasons are? Okay? What we want to do is, when we're handling an objection, agree with it. Then we want to get very clear on what are the reasons holding them back. If there's one, deal with the one. If there's two, deal with the two. But deal with them one at a time. So for example, I don't have any money might be an objection here. Now, I just don't think we can afford that. Okay, great. I can understand, because some people think that initially. Are there any other reasons apart from your affordability? No, it's really just the cash flow side of things. Okay, so if I was able to help you with a cash flow solution that you felt comfortable with, would you then proceed with going and doing the budget and cash flow? Oh yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. So now I'm doing point number 5. I say, okay, great. So when you say that cash flow would be a problem, what do you mean by that? They'll give you a response. Okay, so are you saying that it's the upfront amount, or are you saying that you need that the payment to go over interim amounts? And you go, so whatever response they give to you, keep asking questions until you understand them. As soon as you understand the person, they will feel a hell of a lot more amicable to taking on what you're offering them, if obviously there's great value. So let me just recap before I close off. Number 1, first thing we do when we receive an objection, agree. Number 2, just check in if there's any other reasons. Number 3, once you've established what the reason is, or reasons, if there are any other reasons, just quantify and say, if I can deal with those reasons in a way that you now see great value in doing this, would you be okay to go ahead? Number 3, if they say no, we know that there's other reasons, ask the question, what are the other things that are holding you back? Until you get a list of things you need to work through. If they say yes up at this point, great. Start asking questions, start trying to understand their pain, and then start to provide other solutions that will have them achieve this point. You use these 5 points, so keep these in the back of your mind. You will find that your confidence level, your conversion rate, your ability to train your team on this will increase dramatically. What I'd like you to do as a next step is maybe put these 5 points on a little card. Have them on your desk. Second thing I want you to do is get this card, and I want you to utilize it with a client, or with a friend, whatever it may be, with a team member in your business, and trial this 7 times in the next 7 days. The reason we want you to do that, because we here at Teach It Forward, we have a fundamental core belief that the best way to learn something is to teach it forward. So I hope you've received some great value with our handling objections topic today. Thanks again for downloading it. Take care.